So let's discuss all of this that's coming out right now. With us now is Sean Spicer, the chief strategist for the RNC. So, Sean, we've got this new draft letter. I'm sure you have seen it. Is this going to happen?
What's going to happen in the sense that the candidates are going to send it and ask each of the networks to answer it. I think the candidates have a right to ask what they all collectively want to see. It's quite another, as you pointed out. I mean, the networks don't have to agree to it, but if they don't, then the candidates have a decision to make whether or not they'll attend the debate or not. I think, but at the end of the day, I think it's right for these candidates to know what they're walking into. So when it comes to formatting issues, the candidates definitely have a right and an obligation to be forefront in this process.
Mm-hmm. You know, Sean, one of the things people are talking about is this was like a meeting of the five families, right, behind the scenes, like from The Godfather. To further that analogy, if that's true, you just got whacked. I mean, you were the Republican official in charge of negotiating with the campaigns. No, listen, because the campaigns, and the networks here, and we saw you at the debates, and you were working 22, 23 hours a day, right, to make this right. I'm just confused as to what the campaigns really want here that they did not have already. Because if their problem is with the CNBC questions, they're not saying you can't ask this, you can't ask that. They're doing just these structural issues around the side.
Right, but look, it's not five families. 5 would be a lot easier. We've got 15, and I think that's part of the problem, is that what we've never wanted to be in the format business. That's always been, and it always should be, the candidates at the forefront of that process. However, when you have that many, the RNC has tried to help advocate for things that are collectively in the best interest of all of them. We welcome this move. We've never wanted to be in the format business. So having them get engaged with this networks and determine whether or not they agree with what the networks are willing to do or not do is actually a good thing for this process. So we welcome this. They understand that we have an important role in terms of the logistics piece of these debates, sanctioning the debates, setting the calendar, doing the logistics that make the debate happen. That's what the party's role is and should be and will continue to be.
One of the suggestions coming out of the meeting of the families was that these rules, these suggestions, these demands, call it what you want, are not going to apply to the Fox debate, but all the debates going forward. I heard you this morning say that it has to do with folks are happy with the Fox debate, but other folks saying from meaning this had more to do with folks being scared of Roger Ailes.
I think there's a lot of things at play. One is you're 8 days out, so there's not so much that can be changed when you don't have the leeway or the time, the runway to make it happen. Second of all, I mean, again, it's not my job or the RNC's job to tell the candidates what they want. If they like the format as Fox has put forward, then that's all we care about here at the RNC. Our job is not to tell them how it should be. So if they're happy with the format, great. If they're not happy with it, they can advocate themselves. We'll advocate for them in areas of consensus.
But one thing they're not happy with, Sean, real quick, one thing that they're not, I know, and I'm sorry to cut you off. One thing that they're not happy with, and you heard Ted Cruz saying that no one should be able to moderate a debate if they've never voted in a Republican primary. And they're mad at the questioning. They're not hearing from conservatives. But the CNN debates, we have Hugh Hewitt. Hugh Hewitt has been asking questions. He's a very strong conservative voice. So what they're happy with and not happy with, they don't seem to be in alignment what they're saying publicly and privately.
Well, no, I mean, one, Hugh did a great job, and I'd love to have more Hugh. So, I think that's where I think the candidates, it's not that, I mean, part of this is that moderators who don't understand what the Republican grassroots, what the Republican voters want, I think our candidates want to see more of that. And so we would welcome in the upcoming debate more Hugh Hewitt. And that's what our candidates would like. We'd like to see more conservatives. That's one thing that we added to this year from the RNC. We ensured that not only did we take the calendar, we ensured that we added states to the process, but we also added a conservative element to every debate. And if it wasn't for the RNC, there's no way that Hugh Hewitt would be sitting at that stage. There's no way that some of these other partnerships would be existing. So I think it's a positive step forward. I'd like to see it go even further. I'd like to see more Hugh Hewitt. I'd like to see more conservatives on stage.
All right, Sean Spicer for us. Thanks so much for being with us, and thanks for all the work you've done along with us over the last several months. Appreciate it.
Not said by Sean. He would also like to see more John Berman and Kate Baldwin covering the debate. That's what I heard him also.
It's like cowbell. You can't have enough of you guys.
I agree with that.
Thanks, Sean.
All right.